You, the audience, we love you. We thank you, and keep us up in prayer as we move forward with good courage to make a difference in this community. God bless you all.
Live, love, respect, and make memories.
Serving Tampa Bay since 1954, the Heritage Station, WTMP, Egypt Lake, Tampa, Clearwater, 97.5 in Pinellas.
This Saturday, join Fifth Third Bank and CDC of Tampa Incorporated for Know Your Numbers, a fun day of health and financial wellness from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Fifth Third Bank, 2602 East Hillsborough Avenue in Tampa. Enjoy free food, face paintings, dental exams, health screenings, and financial wellness checkups. There will be giveaways, pictures with Captain Fear, and an opportunity to win a Tampa Bay Bucks autographed football. This Saturday, March 5th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Fifth Third Bank, 2602 East Hillsborough Avenue in Tampa. It's Know Your Numbers, a fun day of health and financial wellness. This is a free event.
Come out March 12th for the third annual Jazz on the Lawn event featuring top performers. Vibe with David Bayben, followed by Marlon Boone, Adding to the Mood by Sean Brown, Musical Bonanza by T. Fox, Monique and Company making you groove to the rhythm, and finally the show-stealing performance by BK Jackson. We have a VIP section, vendors, and kids zone area to maximize your family's entertainment. Get your tickets now to the third annual Jazz on the Lawn event. Tickets are available.
Are you a part of that, Paul?
Terms and conditions posted at
Nope.
textplay.us.
We're live now.
Unwanted marketing messages. Message data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out. Terms and conditions apply. Visit ISSA online for details.
Hey, how'd you like to get paid to work out? Yes, I said get paid to work out. Now you can with ISSA, the global leader in personal fitness certification. If you're interested in a money-making career in fitness as a personal trainer, now is your time because ISSA is guaranteeing you will get a job. That's right, there's a huge demand for certified personal trainers right now. So once you get ISSA certified, they guarantee you'll get a job. Just text PRIME to 323232 now to get started for free. You do everything at your own pace and 100% online. Live your life on your terms. Get certified and train like you want. Full-time at a gym, at home, or as a side hustle. Whatever works for you. Don't wait another day to start your career in fitness. Get certified and start making money fast. Guaranteed. Just text PRIME to 323232 right now to get started with your ISSA certification for free. Text the word PRIME to 323232.
The views, opinions, and conclusions on this radio broadcast are solely the views of this particular program and its host. The views and opinions expressed on this broadcast does not reflect or represent the views of WTMP, its officers, staff, or advisors.
Listen to the Call for Help show with attorney Paul Rebein every Saturday morning and right here on WTMP. And if you need a personal injury attorney, call the Rebein Brothers PA at 813-305-7285. 813-305-7285.
Good morning and welcome to the Call for Help show. We're live on WTMP, also live on Facebook. Joining me here in the studio is my co-host, Robin Lockett. How are you doing today, Robin?
I'm doing good. Kind of confused. That don't take much, but I'm doing well. I'm doing well.
Good. Unfortunately, our other co-host, Pastor Fruster, can't make it today, so we're on our own here, Robin. I hope we can handle this without her.
I wish Pastor Fruster well,
yes.
And yeah, we can.
Give us a call, 888. I put the new number up. 888-247-8712 is the new dial-in number to WTMP. We'd love to hear from you. Also, post your comments on Facebook. Hi, Dee. I see she's posting.
She is great.
Good morning. She documents what we say on here. But yes. Let's start with confusion. What's the confusion about?
Do you really want to know?
Sure.
Okay. Well, it has nothing to do with the radio. But I was looking at the chat when I was responding. I responded. Good morning, D. Happy face. Did put a happy face there, but it came up as Pastor Fruster's name. So I was like, okay, so I'm confused as to why I'm not set up because my Facebook page is showing, but I didn't do. So it was something that I didn't do. I didn't do something right in following all of the instructions. So I was kind of confused.
Well, we are broadcasting on StreamYard, and when you put a comment on StreamYard, it posts it to all of our Facebook pages. So I think yours is on there as well. But good question. If you're watching, give us a call, 888. I keep forgetting this new number. Where is it? 888-247-8712. What's been on your mind this week, Robin, as far as what's going on in Tampa or the world?
Housing, of course. Housing is to the forefront. We're planning a trip. Diane Hart reserved a 55 passenger bus to go to Tallahassee on Monday. So we're part of filling that bus. Florida Rising is a part of filling that bus up. And we're, and Keela McCaskill and Diane Hart. So we're all three filling that bus up to travel to Tallahassee to talk about housing as a last ditch, because I think session is over on the 11th. So just making it happen to having that conversation to the forefront.
Is there a bill or something that you're trying to get passed that needs support, or are you just trying to bring attention to the issue?
Just bring attention to the issue that possibly can help a bill, because the session is not over yet. So, but just letting people come up and tell their stories, and sometimes that makes a difference. But with this administration, it's scary. It really is. I said I was on her show earlier, and I said, for the individuals that we for years, I used to always hear, vote like your life depended on it, vote like your life depended on it, right? And then we get people in office and nothing goes our way. And I hear the community say, they always say, vote like your life depended on it. This time, all the bills that they're passing, if we voted like our life depended on it back then, they wouldn't be in office doing the things that they're doing, right? Because this time they're not throwing things on the wall to see what happens. They're throwing things on the wall to see what they want to stick. And it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff. So we're in trouble.
Seems like a lot of the legislation that I've heard about isn't really designed to address a real problem, but more to make a political statement or.
So you downplaying what I just said, Paul?
Yeah. Yes.
No, I'm just saying.
No. For example, the Don't Say Gay bill. Is that really designed to address a problem in the school that people in the school system feel like is a big priority, or is it just designed to excite the base? That's an issue for, and is it really going to do anything? Is it a piece of legislation that actually is going to accomplish anything?
I think so what you're saying is absolutely correct. That bill is to excite their base. But I think whenever there's an opportunity for a bill to be in place, then if you do what it says not to do, then there's repercussions behind it, right? So somebody can sue you, somebody can do whatever. I think it opens up a door for other things to happen if it's done.
There was a good article in the New York Times today about Florida in particular, and the conservative movement, who's always been against the good guys, in other words, the trial lawyers, are now putting in legislation the right for people to sue as their remedy. And I think the biggest example nationally is the abortion law in Texas, which gave people right to sue if they found out that somebody was assisting someone, was performing an abortion in violation of law, or assisting someone to get an abortion. And I think we're going to see a lot of that. I thought that was interesting, that a reversal of the Republicans' position on that. But I didn't hear whether it passed, but the 15-week ban on on all abortions in Florida. Did that pass?
It passed.
Did the governor sign that yet?
Oh, no. It's still on his desk. It's still on his desk.
Okay.
Listen, he's going to have fireworks behind that. He's going to do something dramatic when he signed that bill. And, do I think every woman has the right to choose? Absolutely. Right. So 15 weeks, that's always touchy to me. I'm just, but he's gonna sign it. He's gonna
Right.
sign it.
And there was no exception for rape or incest and beyond 15
Correct.
weeks. It doesn't matter.
I think that should have been and why it's not in there is beyond me. But I think that should be in there, right? That should be in there. If a woman is raped or she's impregnated by her dad, a family member or whatever, incest.
Right. Well, that's been in there in the past. I think we're going to continue to see a lot of bills pass on abortion as soon as the Supreme Court rules on the Mississippi case that's before them, where they're anticipated to either outright overturn Roe versus Wade or severely limit it. And so more to come on this. I know this is a issue, a lot of people want to not talk about, and people have strong views on both sides.
Yeah.
But it is. But
you know what, Paul? I don't understand why it's always men. This is the thing that gets me. Because if women were, it is your right, right? It's your right to make that decision. That's a tough decision. So women that make that decision, now there's a small percentage of women that does it mindlessly, right? But that's a tough decision that you go through different stages to make a decision to get an abortion. I am so sure. And it's men that are making this decision, right? They're the majority that's making laws and so forth. But if we had told a man that he had to have a vasectomy after he's has fathered X amount of children, or once he's cheated 3 times or 2 times, and it's that stupid, right? Things would be different. If it was equal playing field, things would be different.
Now, I haven't heard about this vasectomy law you're pushing. Are you in support of that law?
I sure would have.
Let us
sure
know.
would have.
That's
if it's good for us, it's good for them. That's my point. If it's good for us, it's because there's so many other things that you should be concerned about. When that woman has that child, and she makes a child because of financial reasons, she cannot afford, right? When she has it and she can't afford it, she can't feed it. The kid ends up in the going into the wrong direction, whatever that situation is, right? You should be able to make a decision as to whether you want to bring a child into this world or not, because it's your body. And if it's wrong, then guess who you have to answer to? God Almighty, because that's your sin and that's your conversation with Him.
Well, I was just kind of surprised that it hasn't really gotten that much, attention in the media.
The abortion bill, they've been up there. Yeah. Oh, child, we just went up to Tallahassee with Parenthood. We just went up. Yeah, Planned Parenthood.
You went up there.
Days and a half. Yeah, Planned Parenthood. They just they had a rally up there a couple of weeks ago. So people have been going up there and fighting. They're not fighting in the streets on it. They're going straight to Tallahassee.
Well, it's definitely an ongoing issue. I think it was 24 weeks before, and now it's moving it to 15 weeks. Will they move it to less than that? I don't know. I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah, because a woman really don't know that she, well, I can only say that with me. I didn't know I was pregnant until probably the third month, when I was 3 months,
Yeah.
sometime around.
That's like 12 weeks, right?
Yeah, 12 weeks.
Well, that'll be an interesting issue to see play out. I think a lot of people are distracted or preoccupied with the Russian invasion of Ukraine.
Mm-hmm. Lord, yes.
I found it fascinating to, number one, sort of watch a war that we weren't involved in, and to see civilians just
stand in arms, right?
An army, and it made me wonder, like what would I do if we were being invaded? Would you stick around, Robin, and put together a Molotov cocktail, or would you get out?
So the difference is those people said, listen, I love of America.
Hold on, Robin. Hold that thought. We have a caller. Caller, welcome to the Call for Help show.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, I wanted to make a comment in reference to what they're speaking about now.
Okay.
The women and abortion.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, my name is Alice Moore. I hear Robin still talking. I'm not sure you really hear.
Yeah, I'm here, Alice.
In reference to the abortion and the women being able to do, especially for Blacks, we have this concept about the religion. But for the women, the boys, we have to change our mindset. The men consider playboys and the women are considered whores, and they wear that no matter what. Nobody thinks about these folks that actually, the women have a hard time finding someone over again, someone to accept their children. And we have to change our mindset in order to be able to help and pass this law. Women suffer, the society winds up turning their nose up at them no matter what they say, and they have a hard time making it through. So I'm not sure this is on because I hear them still talking.
We might be on a little time delay there, Alice, but so you're opposed to this 15-week ban, is that correct?
No, I'm for it, and I understand because of the situation that's there.
Okay.
Because men can go out and start all over again, and the women are stuck with the title. So I think we Blacks for sure need to change their mindset because we say in reference to God. But no one helps these people after they have that stigma, and everybody always put it on the woman. And like I said, men can be playboys, considered playboys, and women are considered whores. Because
she
do that most of the time when they
would support the vasectomy.
All right, thanks, Alice. Thanks for that comment. What do you think about that, Robin?
See, Alice would support the vasectomy.
Well,
Alice would support the vasectomy.
I think it's a good point. She's, from what I understand, what she was saying is that it's difficult once a man would. It's acceptable for him to go out and be with a lot of different women, but once a woman has a child, then is the idea that it's harder for her to go be with other men? I'm not.
I think that. I think it's. So that's what they used to call back in the day a ready-made family, right? So she, if you decide to date that woman, then you have her child. That's a ready-made family, right? So you can.
Hold on, Robin. We got another call.
Men get a free pass.
Men get a free pass. Caller, welcome to the Call for Help show.
Yes, good morning, peace and blessings. I think one of the ways in which we need to approach this discussion, if we look at population that are white women and white children as it relates to them being part of a minority class, say within the next 10 years. I don't think it has anything to do with legislation loving children so much as the fact that in society, the dominant class want to make sure that they can continue to populate.
Correct.
And we see this happening all across the world. It has to do with domination, superiority. That's the way this world is moving. for those that will have and those that will not have. So it's not about, keeping families intact. It's not about making sure that all families survive. It's not about all children being educated. It's not about all children having housing. Truth be told, the population of white children and white women having babies is at a disalarming rate. And those that are in power want to make sure, without saying they want to enforce white women to have children, is really enforcing white women to keep their children. Thank you.
Thank you.
I've never heard that perspective before.
Oh, that's so true. That's so true. So when I started with then Organized Florida, they had me as the reproductive justice person. So when they posed this position to me, I was like, reproductive justice, what is that? And they were talking about, we just wanted to make the Black community aware of, the empowerment about reproductive, that, Black women are having abortions at an alarming rate. But I was like, Black people don't have abortions like that. Where do you get your numbers from? Where do you get your numbers from?
What are I'm not sure what the statistics are, whether people of color are more likely to have an abortion than white people. I haven't looked up any of those statistics, but
just a mere fact of access. A white person would, white people have, so what Connie is saying is absolutely true, right? The mixed race, they're no longer, white. White women have been known to historically get abortions at a larger number, right? So that statement that she just made, someone else told me that statement. They told me, they said, Robin, they really want to ensure that the white population is intact because they know the minority, they're going to be the minority soon, because their women are mixing race with with other cultures.
Interesting perspective. I would actually have thought the opposite would be true, because it may be easier for white women to have access to abortions for a lot of reasons, that people of color would be more impacted by a ban, and so they would have, I don't know.
I think it's a combination of so in today's, the way things are happening now, I don't think it's just one issue, one way. I think that there's so many different. So part of what Connie said is true, right? And that's absolutely true. Then what you're saying is it fits in there. So it's a combination of a lot of things to equal up to that whole.
Right.
Where it started off from what their intent was. What we didn't know, and they presented it as something else.
Well, I think it's undisputably true that there is a lot more attention on protecting, a fetus than caring about the baby once it's born.
Once it's born, 100.
So if you're going to limit, if you're going to be strong on limiting abortions, I think you also have to be strong and make sure that the children that are brought into the world are, cared for.
100.
So that's an interesting dynamic. I actually didn't think we were going to get into this topic today, but it's interesting. It's back to Ukraine. I think I'd asked you if you would stick around and take up arms, or would you get out?
So one interesting thing, those Ukrainians stated that they love their country, so they're willing to fight for their country, right?
Yes.
Where I sit right now, no. Look, I'm with women and kids, so I'm trying to go to a different country. But it's amazing that I watched the interview of this 19-year-old. He was a medical student. So last week he was playing video games and a medical student. And this time right now, and he was in tears.
Yeah.
He has to fight. So, and mind you, is it mandated that the men stay back because he was in tears?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
They won't let men under the age of, I don't know, from over the age of 18 and under the age of 60 have to stay and fight. So I guess I wouldn't have a choice in this scenario. But
I don't know. You may be, Paul. Well, I don't know if you like to tell your age, but you may be a little too old.
I'm not too old. I'm 54.
Okay. So you wouldn't be too old to fight? What's the?
Well, I said under the age of 60.
Oh.
But I am, and I don't think that people or the Putin anticipated the courage and resolve of the Ukrainian people. And, it's one thing to send in a military against the civilian population, but now it's all being captured on video and we're seeing it live on social media. And the Russian people, presumably, at least up until recently, were able to see that as well.
Oh, yeah.
So I hope that it brings about some kind of a awakening in Russia. The people who are opposed to this stand up and protest and fight against it in Russia, although that's being, I guess, cracked down on right now.
So it's always amazing to me that I see all of these, people pouring out what's made in Russia, vodka?
Yes.
Okay. So all the vodka is being poured out. People are saying they're no longer going to do business with them. And you knew that Russia was a communist country before this happened. Maybe if you hadn't supported them all this time, they wouldn't have been in the position right now to take over Ukraine. I mean, it amazes me.
I don't think they're a communist country anymore, Robin. I think they used to be a communist country.
He is still a dictator. He is still a dictator.
Yeah, I don't know what you would call it.
Whatever he is,
is
not far from a communist country. Yeah. Whatever it is,
totalitarian, maybe dictatorship would probably be a good.
But he's not right. That's what I'm saying. So that you have problems out of Russia, and all the stuff that we're supporting has made them richer and more empowered. So throwing out vodka that you've already purchased, that's not too bright because you've already purchased it. Now, if you want to stop the shipment of more stuff coming in and cut their legs off that way, then that's something different. But I understand the solidarity and all of that stuff. But my whole point of saying that is he has been a bad actor for a while. And to support Russia allows him to continue to be a bad actor.
Yes. Yes, and from what I understand, the sanctions aren't applying to oil and gas. So that's their number one commodity. So from what I've heard, unless you hit that, you're really not going to cripple them. But if you do that, then that affects the economies of a lot of the European countries as well. So it's a tough. It's a tough situation, but I do applaud the people there in Ukraine for staying, for fighting.
That's a tough situation.
Apartment buildings getting bombed, and it's just and it's happening right there before our eyes.
Yeah.
It's so we definitely say a prayer for the people of Ukraine. Keep fighting and encourage everyone to support them, and for the people here in the U.S. and Florida, Robin, and hopefully we can stick together as a country and
don't look a side eye to you, right? Okay.
Unfortunately, Robin, our time is coming to a close. So
Paul,
yes.
Quickly. Next week, we needed, so something else happened. City Council set up a meeting time regarding a new chief, March 17th. So next week, maybe our conversation can be about that meeting that's upcoming.
Yes, it definitely will be. We will see you next week on the Call for Help show.